Data protection is a growing concern for organizations of all sizes. Are you ready to initiate a GDPR compliance project but unsure of where to begin? Do you even know where all of your sensitive data is located? For testing and analysis reasons, you may need to process sensitive data outside of the safe production environment. And in today's modern environments, there's also a good chance you have multiple databases of different types that need to be anonymized in a consistent way. In the last 2 years, 90% of the world's data was generated. We create 2.5 quintillion bytes of new data every day. Big data, analytics, Internet of Things, and cloud technologies transform the personal data we give away for free into a precious commodity. It's no surprise that data protection regulations like GDPR are multiplying and anonymization technology is center stage. Mega breaches of sensitive personal data have damaged the reputations of high-profile institutions and cost millions in fines. The industry response? Well, Gartner predicts by 2021, 40% of global enterprises will be using data masking and anonymization technology. That's a double-digit growth from last year. But what constitutes personal data, and how safe are the anonymization techniques? Data is irreversibly anonymized when it cannot be combined with other data to reveal or deduce the identity of an individual. Anonymized data is no longer personal and can therefore be used extensively and without privacy restrictions. Anonymized data is outside the scope of the GDPR and beyond the risk of breach. This is why the GDPR highly recommends anonymization as a data protection technique. Most data breaches have an internal root cause. The unintended exposure of production data to unauthorized personnel is more common than you would think. A prime example is the use of live production data in a test environment. Effective testing depends on realistic data. Invariably, some of that data is sensitive. This is actually a breach of GDPR regulations. Anonymization must be a fundamental and intrinsic part of the testing process, but at the same time, it needs to maintain data integrity and leave the data usable for testing. There are many ways to anonymize data: masking, substitution, shuffling, redaction. Those are just a few. The choice of technique depends on the type of data and its destination. But the quality of protection depends on how completely the anonymization is applied. Ideally, all sensitive information in a dataset should be identified and anonymized to avoid any risk of inference or deducing one attribute from another. But how can you be sure that all sensitive data has been located in any given dataset? This is why sensitive data discovery is so crucial to the success of any data protection project. If any of these situations apply to you, DOT Anonymizer can help you advance rapidly down the compliance path and do so at a minimal cost. But you don't need to take our word for it. You can prove it to yourself. Give DOT Anonymizer a try. Contact us at Arcad Software today.